Hello and welcome. My name is Kimberly Zamora. I am a student at FNU. My professor is Ilana Torres. The title of my speech is called Be Helpful. First, I'll be discussing the outline for my speech. 1. Bees are important. They're hardworking pollinators. They're part of a large ecosystem, and farmers use them to produce larger crop yields. 2. Bees are dying. They're facing many issues like transporting and pesticides and diseases. 3. What can we do? Plant gardens, be chemical free, and provide bee-friendly options. And lastly, just educate ourselves more on how to ensure their future. So bees have been around for 120 million years. The purpose of my speech is to inform people more on how useful they are as pollinators, how it affects us, what's causing them to die out, and what we can individually do to help them ensure a future and also for us. So have you ever walked into a store and just taken how much produce is laid before you, how you can have coffee any time of the year, any hour of the day, and how you can even have pineapple on your pizza? I know some people don't like it, but I do. Trust me, it's pretty good. So this is all done because of pollinators, insects like flies, butterflies, dragonflies, hummingbirds, some species of bats. The flower all depends on these insects to help produce more vegetables and fruits. It's all part of a large ecosystem. And farmers have become more reliant on bees to have a number of yield from their crops to ensure the variety of produce all year long. And this is done in all parts of the world, like China, India, and Brazil. And bees are unique amongst pollinators because who doesn't like honey? And also for their hard work ethic. In a study done by Journey of Applied Ecology, they really emphasize the extraordinary ability bees possess as pollinators, contributing more than 75% in agricultural production. Farmers have long noticed that fields produce more with the help of bees and native species of bees. And in America alone, there is over 329 million people who are 40 million which are considered at risk of starving. If farmers didn't utilize this hardworking insect, then we wouldn't have certain foods or oils or even medications, which brings me to our issue. Bees are dying, and controversially, scientists are calling it sudden colony collapse disorder. Beekeepers have been noticing that their bees are just disappearing. So there's just not enough evidence to completely support this, as some research suggests. But there is an increase on pollinator dependency for increased crop yields. In a study done by Current Biology, it states, we further report, however, that agriculture has become more pollinator dependent. So bees are facing many issues such as weather changes, habitat loss, pesticides, and parasites. Research done from the University of Maryland reported 40% of U.S. bee colonies have died out between October 2018 and April 2019, the highest winter loss supposedly in 13 years. And it's not just bees that are being affected, it's all insects. And this is important to note because insects are a food source for a number of animals like fish and birds. And as I mentioned before, bees play a crucial part in pollinating our fruits and vegetable and nut production. There are several issues playing a hand in this decrease, but what consistently remains an issue is pesticides. And pesticides started becoming more widely used after World War II, and bees unfortunately have been affected negatively by this. Plants will absorb the pesticides and the bees will come and take the nectar from the plant, poisoning themselves as well as the rest of their colony. And scientists have noticed that bees are dying at an alarming rate due to neonicotinoids. And these neonicotinoids are the equivalent to cigarettes, and we know how that can affect humans negatively. The neonicotinoids are impairing the memory of bees and their movement and in weakening their immune system. It's even affecting their reproductive systems. 66% of males are dying and 74% of queen bees. This is drastic because drones are the worker bees that provide the colony with sustenance, and bee colonies need queens to expand their species. The U.S. Environmental Agricultural recently banned 12 products. Some agrochemical companies known as Valiente and Bayer still claim that their uses are still beneficial to crop production and water loss prevention. And a scientist from University of Maryland stated to an article in The Guardian that so far declines have been more related to land use, especially agricultural intensification and forest fragmentation and urban development, than to actual temperature changes. 70% of species of bees live underground and 30% live in holes in trees. So you can see how this is affecting native bee species. Not only are they being poisoned, but they're also losing their homes. If this loss continues, this will impact negatively not only on cultivation but the ecosystem as a whole. So regardless of what some research suggests that there's just not a bee problem, we should all take steps in ensuring the survival of these species and all insects. The first thing we can start is in our own backyard, even by 1, staying chemical free and using natural pesticides like vinegar and chili has been very effective. 2, plant more bee-friendly options. You can plant lavender, mint, dandelion, because just like humans, bees need a variety of flowers to maintain a healthy diet. 3, you can create more homes for bees by providing them with trees or even using cardboard boxes and pieces of metal and pipe. 4, you can provide rest stops for bees. During harsh months of the winter, bees have a hard time finding sugar, and this is their main diet. So this would be very beneficial for them if you put out shallow bowls of water, of sugar water. And number 5, you can support local farmers in buying their honey and organic produce, thus helping them have more opportunities to take care of their bees properly. In conclusion, bees are amazing pollinators and provide more than 1/3 of food production to the U.S. Issues like pesticides, habitat loss, and diseases are affecting negatively bees and all species of insects. We can do something about this by just educating ourselves more and providing more bee-friendly alternatives. One thing I want you guys to take away from this is that ecosystems are relationships and nothing is isolated. So thank you for listening to my speech. Hopefully I enlightened you a little bit on how important bees are as pollinators. Thank you.